Good evening, everybody, and thank you very much for joining tonight's training. Tonight's training is on Silversea cruises. For anybody who doesn't know, Silversea are a luxury sort of 6-star cruise line. So we do have now a direct contract in place with them. However, full disclaimer, I am actually waiting for like registration details and everything. So I've still decided to do the training and do it more about, who are Silversea, what they're about, who do they, target market. Once I've got registration details and things like that, obviously I'll put them out to you. But I did the same with Mercury a couple of weeks back. And really, it's just getting a little bit of a head start of who they are and what they sell. And maybe if you've got any customers in the back of your head somewhere that you think that they may appeal to, it absolutely is on its way. Well, as I say, the contract is in place. I am literally just waiting for those registration details. So I have put a presentation in place. As I say, it is more along the lines of who they are, what they do, rather than a system training. When I get all of those details, if I do think it's maybe going to be necessary to do a system training, obviously I will go ahead and do that. But hopefully, fingers crossed, it's a simple and straightforward system and we can all just get on with it. I'm also just going to put it out there. I actually do have COVID at the moment. So prior to recording, those that are here in live time would have heard me coughing and things like that. I will just apologise in advance if that is the case. I do have my Lemsip here. I'm sure that doesn't do anything for COVID, but it'll certainly wet my throat if that starts being the case. Anyway, so let me go ahead and share my screen for you. Okay, so Exploring Silverseas, a journey of luxury and adventure. Introducing Silversea Cruises, a luxury experience. So exactly as I've just said, they are a premier cruise line. They were established in 1994, which if you think some of these other presentations that we've done with other cruise lines, that's really, really new. Very, very new. Just hitting that 30-year mark. Their headquarters are in Monaco, and they have a fleet of really intimate all-suite ships. They dedicate themselves to providing personalised service, immersive travel experiences for their discerning travellers around the globe. So founded in 1994, and they quickly became sort of one of the leaders in luxury cruising. Although we do have other luxury cruise lines, they do seem to be, well, they are a little bit older, whereas obviously, as you can imagine, being so new, 1994, they've kind of come in and instantly stepped up the game compared to maybe some of the older luxury cruise lines. So it really did. They instantly made their mark on the industry. Again, headquartered in Monaco, which I feel like says a lot on its own, to be honest with you. For anybody who's been to Monaco or knows of Monaco, it really is a very high-end city. And I feel like just the fact that their headquarters are there kind of gives you an idea. They do embody the elegance and the sophistication. And as I've just said, that sort of high-end travel. All of their ships are small and luxury. It does mean that they're able to get to lesser known ports, smaller ports that some of these newer, larger floating countries at this point ships just can't ever get to. The ports are too small. The ships are too large. So it does mean that they're able to visit those smaller ports, as well as obviously providing a more intimate experience for their guests, which is for anybody who's sailed with them before, that will be their expectations to have that sort of intimate experience. And for anybody who's thinking of selling Silversea, to a client, that's something that they would really need to know as well. And their focus is very much on destination immersion as well. So they do throw a strong emphasis out on that. They offer personalised service that literally enhances everything, but it all relates down to those destinations. They want you to really get to see and get to feel the areas that you go into, rather than just pulling up at a port, off you go for a couple of hours, come back, and we'll head off on our way. So luxury cruise experience is tailored for the clients. So they do specialize in also delivering all-inclusive luxury cruise journeys. The gourmet dining, the personalized service, the thoughtfully designed shore excursions. As you can imagine, if you're talking about a 6-star cruise, if you sort of compare that with, let's say, a 5-star hotel, and where they really have to up their game, adding a full another star on top of that. But on top of adding a star, you're also at sea. You can imagine just how tailored and how personalized and how thoughtful it really does have to be. And their reputation. So why do they stand out? So they are an award-winning company when it comes to service and hospitality. So they are renowned for their exceptional service. They win numerous awards around the world, and that very much reflects their commitment to providing this top-tier experience for all of their guests. They offer all-inclusive as standard, and what that means is that all of the guests, all of the customers can step on board, know that they're stepping into luxury, but knowing that they've already paid for that in advance. There is no hidden cost. The fine dining is included. The premium drinks are included. Your excursions are already included, as well as your gratuities and things like that as well. Excuse me. So where it says an all-inclusive luxury experience, it really is what you are getting. And as I said, there's a focus on the small ship cruises. So it promotes a more intimate atmosphere, a more personalized service. And it also means that those like deeper connections can really grow between the guests and the crew. And again, going back to the itineraries, they venture to less traveled destinations, which that in itself can really appeal to people. Before you even start going into like the other factors of the likes of Silversea, just knowing that you can go to these wonderful destinations that aren't maybe somewhere that you can just hop on a plane every year and get to, or maybe bucket list destinations. That will really appeal to a lot of people as well. So it does mean that they're getting to experience unique cultures, different environments, and as I said earlier, really feel it and go sort of off the beaten track. And just a slight overview of their ships. So in their ocean fleet, they've currently got 8 luxury ships. The guest capacity ranges from 100 to 600. That isn't right. Apologies. That should be an 8. It ranges from 100 to 800. At least you know I do my own writing. All of the accommodations are suites. So they start as an ocean view and then they build up to the likes of, they don't even call them balconies, they call them verandas. So you what we would typically call a balcony cabin, they would call a veranda, and then they move up to, grand suites and things like that. The amenities and the services are all really state of the art. And I do think a lot of that is down to how new they are as a company. So again, when they've come into the industry, they're already kind of ahead of the game in the fact that they would have already had newer technology and, more state of the art amenities and things like that. And all they're then having to do is kind of build on them. Some of the much older cruise lines may find that they just don't have it could be the space, it could be the programs, whatever it might be, to even get to a certain level without probably buying a brand new ship. They also have 4 ships that have been built especially for expeditions. I will touch on that in a while. The Silver Origin is their latest edition of expedition cruises, and that goes to the Galapagos Islands. Now, again, there aren't a huge amount of cruise lines, cruise companies that go to the Galapagos because you do have to have really, really tiny ships. And I think really it's about time that that was the case. So, once upon a time, certainly, in my sort of travel life, the only person you could ever really go to would be celebrity. And, some people don't necessarily want a celebrity cruise. So I think opening it up to a more luxury cruise line as well will certainly appeal also. And they visit over 60 countries around the world. And then just the key facts. So, or some key facts, sorry. The Silver Muse, which is one of the ships, that was launched in 2017, and that's mainly celebrated for its luxurious design and its 8 distinctive dining venues, which most recently includes Salt Kitchen. So, for anybody who isn't sure what that is, I'm sure somewhere along the line you will have heard of Salt Bay and all this chucking over the shoulder malarkey. Very high end, very luxurious, gold leaf steaks and who knows what. So yes, 2017. So pretty much a brand new ship. If you talk about what are we on there, 8 years old, it's nothing, is it? And then these kind of distinctive venues, including that salt kitchen. They've got a salt bar as well. The Silver Shadow cruise ship. So that is renowned for its spacious suites and its design. It provides an intimate atmosphere that enhances the luxury that's already built within their cruising experiences. And you can see there on the right hand side, that looks like, to me, genuinely, it could be in any kind of magazine. But the other thing to note, which is the specific reason I put this one in there, is this is what they would class as one of their standard rooms. So you can see that that doesn't have a balcony or a veranda, as they would call it. So that is actually one of their lower class of cabins, if that's the right way to put it, which I just think says a lot for the ship and for the company. And the Silver Spirit. So they are very much known for the relaxation and the socializing side of things. So the spa, it's different lounges, piano areas, observatory, outdoor sort of dining areas. Again, all relating back to that relaxation and that socializing side of things, allowing people to sort of be as sociable, or as on their own and just R&R as they like. Plenty of different areas, very much what it's known for. And then where Silversea travels, so you can see I haven't gone down the route of listing everywhere, but I am going to nip on the Silversea website after this presentation and just show you some of the destinations and things. So you name it, they pretty much go there. The Mediterranean, the Caribbean, Alaska, South America, Asia, Africa, and then, as I've mentioned earlier, touched upon earlier, the likes of the Galapagos Islands, places that you just aren't ever going to be able to get to year in, year out, like you might do, your Spain holiday or something like that. Just a very, very quick comparison here. So I've put an ocean view suite on there. Obviously, different ships will have different cabin styles, different decor, different sized cabins even. And there will also be different types of outside cabin or ocean view suite, as they call it. So you can see this one is very much like a panoramic view. The chances are that that is maybe an upgrade. So without stepping up to a veranda, but perhaps an upgrade with regards to getting almost probably a 180 view looking out. And then a veranda suite, private balconies, again, Each ship is slightly different. You can see the more modern ones. Again, I'm going to show you one of their newer suites as well. But again, you really are looking, it just looks like something out of a magazine, doesn't it? And I've kind of already touched on it, but what is included? So you've got your full comprehensive dining options. So it's really nice not to think that you need to maybe put some money aside or save up for an a la carte restaurant that, a lot of these ships do have, but they're at an extra charge or a cover charge. They're all included. The shore excursions that have all been curated on a personal level for each individual person, or their target market, all included. Personalized butler service, your complimentary Wi-Fi access, your beverages including their premium options, the gratuities, which even they can add a couple of $100 plus on, depending on how long you're away for, all included. So yes, their selling price, their average selling price, you will find is higher. But when you start breaking down what you're getting, and as I say, on top of that, you are heading towards a 6-star cruise. It's a really good way to sort of step away and look at what you are getting for the money. And life on board. So it goes without saying, I'm sure, but luxury atmosphere, gourmet dining options, renowned chefs, diverse range of entertainment, exceptional personalized service, a dedicated crew, probably more on a name basis, because there aren't as many people on board. Your crew ratio is then slightly higher, making it more personalized, more intimate. And as it says there, each element has been designed to ensure a unique and memorable cruise experience. I do truly believe if you have clients that maybe start cruising with somebody like Silversea, I think it would be then very difficult to move them on to another company. I have taken out the name of the person that actually wrote this because I didn't want to get in trouble. And I know that these presentations can be posted all over the place, and I don't need to be sued for using somebody's quote. So, Silversea Cruises epitomizes luxury at sea, provides an exclusive experience through top tier service, exquisite culinary offerings, tailored itineraries that immerse all travellers in the world's most captivating destinations. Written by a travel expert. And that is the end of that presentation. However, as I said, I do just want to nip into the website for you. So please this isn't the agent's website or anything like that. Obviously, I was putting the presentation together, and I just wanted, there we go. So just an overview of the ships. So you can see just going left to right there. Silver Dawn, 596. Silver Ray, 728. I'm not going to go to the expedition ships as of yet. So Silver Moon, 596. Silver Shadow, 392. Good, something to note with the Silver Shadow, 392 guests and 302 crew. So you are literally, and the same with the Silver Whisper, you are literally not far off a 1-to-1 ratio there, crew to customer. That, excuse me, that is unlike anything you would really ever see on an ocean cruise. And then just over to the right hand side, the expedition ships. So they are all absolutely tiny. Silver Cloud, Endeavour, Origin, and Wind. You can see there the Silver Origin, only 100 guests, 90 crew. Same with the others, 274 guests, but 239 crew. You are, like I say, pretty much on a 1-to-1 ratio there, which is absolutely incredible. I can guarantee if you look at any other ocean cruise line or an expedition type of thing, you just aren't getting that kind of ratio at all. The other thing, this ship, am I on the Spirit? Yeah, Silver Spirit. This ship had a refurb in 2018. Now, realistically, that was still nearly 10 years ago, but I just wanted to give you an idea of even 10 years ago, even 10 years ago, what they have managed to build. So this is what it's a Vista suite. This is what they would call one of their standard suites. I mean, you're looking at the size of that 32 square meters as a standard in comparison to some other, obviously, I'm not going to name other companies I know where a standard cabin will start at 19 square meters. Now, obviously, I could go up to each one. I think I'll show you the classic veranda because I feel like they would be quite an easy sell as well. Again, very, very similar to the initial one we just looked at, obviously with the addition of the balcony, the veranda as they call it. I'm not really posh enough for this company. And then just to go like right the way up, because why not? The owner's suite. Let's have a look. I mean, look, stop it. Are you joking me? So you've got your 2 bedrooms, one here and one here. You've got your 3 toilets. 3 toilets, because why not? You've got your full dining area, your full kitchen area. I do believe you get some. There it is. So let's have a see on here. Complimentary laundry, pressing and wet cleaning, because why not? 2 hours of worldwide phone use, champagne on arrival, and then obviously you've got like your slippers, your hairdryer, your umbrella, because you might need one, your luxury bath amenities. I should have checked that. I should have checked what brand they use. I didn't. That's on me. A refrigerator and bar setup. But of course, that is stocked with your preferences. Your pillow menu, your espresso machine, and of course your kettle for your tea. But seriously, I mean, look at the size of it. They've just introduced a new suite, and for some reason I'm going for COVID brain, but I can't remember what ship it's on. With me. I am going to find it for you though, because I feel like if you're ever going to sell anything, this is the way to sort of aim for. New suite on. I am aware that you can all see this as well, so you just Google it away. Silver Nova. There we go. Silver. So they've literally introduced like a whole new type of suite. Bear with me. Da, 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 da. There it is. Suite Dolce Vita. So their new suite accommodation. Please show me on here. So here's your bathroom. Here's your master suite, shall we say. La, 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 la. Obviously, I'm not going to read all of this out. If you want to, you certainly can go ahead and do that. This is called the Medallion Suite. Oh, no, they're not the pictures that I saw. Never mind. I'm not going to go any further because I'm one of these. I mean, you all know me well enough by now. I will literally just sit until I find physically what I want. I'm not going to do that to you all. However, yes, brand new suite for the Silver Nova, which I think sets sail at the end of this year. It's either the end of this year or 2026, but it's the newest ship. And it doesn't tell me because this isn't where I was on before. But never mind. And the other thing that I just wanted to touch on was the destination. So obviously I had put a couple of the destinations, or certainly the areas, but to show you a little bit more in depth. So Africa, we mentioned Indian Ocean. They do 9 classic, so ocean, and 4 expedition. Alaska, Antarctica, Arctic and Greenland, Asia, Australia and New Zealand, Canada and New England, Caribbean and Central America, the French Polynesia and Pacific cruises. That to me is very much like bucket list type of areas. Galapagos Islands, Kimberley, that's obviously only expedition with regards to the size and things like that. Mediterranean, Northern Europe and British, South America, and transoceanic cruises as well. So as I say, on my presentation, I really did only touch the surface. And on top of that, you can also see how many in each area they do. It's crazy, the amount of areas and the amount of places that they're managing to get round with, what, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 ships all in all. Really, really amazing places. You're not finding these on a standard mainstream cruise company, I think is the best way to put that. So obviously for anyone who's got any other questions or anything, same as usual, just stay on. So as I say, thank you for everybody who isn't here in real time that's watching this separately. Hopefully you can join us next week. It's the exact same link every single week, the exact same time, 6 o'clock. And I'm seeing more and more each week, new faces, new names, so it's really great to see. So thank you, everybody.